Just sit back, relax, and make yourself comfortable. And when you are ready, take a deep breath in. And as you are releasing that, allow your eyes to close. And I wonder how long it is since you believed in magic. If it was way back when you were just small, just a small child, or perhaps you still do believe in magic, just like me. I see it every day. It's all around, and you only have to look. There's even magic in the way that you can be so quiet, so still, looking as if you are sound asleep, and yet amazingly alert and aware behind those closed eyelids. Of course, it's not the stillness and quietness that is magical, nor is it the closed eyelids. It's that amazing awareness. Nobody can even begin to properly explain what that is, or how it works, even though we all know what it feels like. We all know how to send our thoughts to anywhere we want to a part of our own body, the big toe perhaps, or even the very top of our head. But our thoughts don't have to stay where our body is, because in an instant, in a dazzling flash, we can be thinking about something that happened years ago, or even something that hasn't happened yet. And that's a magical thing. How we can be in one place, one moment, in our thoughts, then thousands of miles and many years away in the very next split second. Our thoughts moving faster even than the speed of light, faster than time itself, as if time did not exist. And we can even imagine something that nobody has ever experienced, just something that we can think of, like swimming in a silken sea of golden mist on a distant planet, where we are so light that we float in the atmosphere, like a feather floating on the breeze. Or imagine staring into a crystal until you find a whole universe there. A universe where there are other lives and other beings, with their own magical thoughts. And it's a sort of magic that lets you hear your name whispered quietly in a room full of people, with noise and music, when you weren't even paying attention. And there's a magic that is part of your body too. The magic that lets you see or hear something that isn't there, or that lets you stay alive without even trying, without even having to try. Your body does that so well. And the most brilliant scientists in the world cannot make even the most primitive form of life, and yet two very ordinary people can create the most complex form of life that ever existed in this world, on this planet. And that happens millions of times a day, every day. And that is definitely a sort of magic. And every single cell in the human body carries that very same magic and carries the message for the same magic to be repeated. It's almost like a magic spell, because each cell knows that it has to reproduce another cell that is exactly the same as itself. So a hair cell creates another hair cell, while a nail cell creates another nail cell, and a skin cell creates more skin. And all of this happens all the time, every split second of every day of your life, and has been happening for millions upon millions of years in every human being that ever existed. Everybody is fascinated by magic, which is why there are so many stories about magical beings. Men who can fly faster than a speeding bullet and see through brick walls. Creatures with wings and claws and fiery breath, or perhaps with the head of an animal and the body of a man. Mythical ancient creatures who live in the silent depths of the sea, or on the slopes of a mountain in a remote corner of our world. And there's Merlin with his magician's hat and his magical cape, with the stars and the moon weaving spells and casting them around him in a dazzling display of light and color. All these things are magic, and yet still the most magical thing is your unconscious mind. That deep part of your mind, deeper than the deepest ocean, even more magical than Merlin, that part of your mind that can actually make the most amazing things happen for you if you wanted to. You only have to tell it exactly what you want to happen. And that powerful unconscious mind of yours will work its magical spell, as long as you tell it what you want it to, and not what you're afraid might happen instead. Once you're unconscious, mind knows what you want to happen. Then it can set about making those things reality. And we can help that along with another sort of magic called hypnosis. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, and most of the time you certainly cannot feel it, and won't even know that it's there, but it works just like magic. Now, you will begin to find that your psychic ability is improving every day, because everyone has psychic ability. However, not everyone is in tune, nor understands it. And the more that you allow yourself to relax, the more that you will be in tune with your psychic ability. So just imagine psychic ability as a psychic muscle. Just as with any type of muscle, it must be exercised and used to grow. And the more you work with it and use it, the more it will grow and be there for you. Now, psychic ability is sometimes called intuition. And this is how you become in tune with your feelings, with your intuition. Your intuition is that still small voice from within, that feeling you get when you know something is right or wrong. You notice it from this moment forward, more intense than it has ever been before, because you're becoming more and more sensitive to all the psychic phenomena. And you find that your abilities increase in whatever it is you wish to improve it on, as this is your desire. Now, the basis for all psychic ability is your subconscious mind. And the more you relax and let it happen, the deeper you can delve into your subconscious. The deeper you allow yourself to go, the more psychic abilities you will display. You will display in its place of all the knowledge and power, the place of dormant abilities just waiting to be awakened within you. Now is the time, because the deeper you allow yourself to go, the more your psychic abilities will display themselves. And now is the moment that you allow your mind to let go, to access the abilities you wish to exercise and use. You have the ability, so just allow yourself to grow, move forward towards all your new goals. And when you are ready, you can bring all the energy back into your body. Bring all the energy back into your body, bringing yourself back to full awareness, and opening your eyes in your own way, in your own time.